Before you do that,
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome, welcome. We are in the very beginning of July 2025. Exciting things happening all around the Partner Co Nation because, of course, Canada just had their huge Canadian drop launch. Of course, celebrated very well with it being Canada Day, July 1st. And we have guest speakers all from the USA that are going to be, celebrating their Freedom Day of July 4th. What a great time to come together. My name is Carole Roberts. I'm an officer. I am so grateful. This has literally been a life-changing journey for me. So much, in fact, I probably wouldn't have been able to speak like this when I first got started. So every one of us has that story. And you know what? We get to share those. So, of course, we are going to get this call started off by Ricia Adair, who I actually did not know before joining Partner Co, but she has 25 years of not only networking, but marketing experience. She is actually right out of the gate was one of the number one power rankers in the year of 2024, moved right through into 2025, pretty much walked the stage at our Canadian launch Connect event in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with almost every single one of the awards. So we are in good hands with someone who's not only a great presenter, but a great trainer and, of course, a great speaker as well. So Ricia Adair, of course, president and also from Canada originally, but living the dream in Mexico. I'm going to just turn the call right over to you, Risha.
Thank you, Carole Roberts. It's a good thing my husband knows his way around the carpentry shop. He's going to have to build bigger doors for my head to get through after that introduction. Thank you so very much. Let's get this party going. We've got people from all over the continent. I'm really excited about that. And first, I want to wish all the Canadians happy belated Canada Day. And I also want to wish our American cousins a future July 4th Independence Day. So everything is pretty exciting as we're going forward this entire holiday week. I'm going to share with you tonight some great stories, some great products, and a great opportunity. And so, who here on the call, if you wouldn't mind putting a 1 in the chat, is interested in getting healthier? Put a 1 in the chat, please. Who here on the call is interested in making some extra income so you can provide for better things in your life? All those little extras. Put a 2 in the chat. And who here wants to be healthy and rich at the same time? Put a 3 in the chat. Carole, we got lots of 3s going on? Okay.
Yeah, look at that. It's a flurry of 3s.
It's a flurry of 3s. Then I'm in the right place. I know I'm in the right Zoom room. Well, as Carole mentioned, I'm Ricia Adair. I do live in Manzanillo, Mexico. In 2023, my husband and I decided to leave Canada and leave the dream in Manzanillo. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to be. And we bought our dream home. It's called Casa 700 Mangoes, a bit of a weird name for a boutique property, but you're going to have to come and visit us and stay in one of our villas. I'll have you up for dinner and explain the silly story behind it. But when we moved in, the house had been unattended for about 5 months, and having a house in the tropics unattended is not a good idea. So our little nest egg completely disappeared within 6 weeks. The bright side is I learned a whole bunch of construction words in Spanish, but we had to hurry up and get ready for upcoming season. And many of our guests had already paid us for their stay during the winter, and that was received last September. We had spent the money. So we went through our nest egg so fast, and we became in dire straits financially. It was a tough, tough first year. So throw that in. I had lots of anxiety. Our lawyer had stolen $23,000 of closing costs. So the best resort for me was eat chocolate cake. So I got very big and very frumpy and very filled with anxiety. And no matter how many times I walked that beautiful beach, swam the ocean, up and down the stairs, I still couldn't lose weight. I was seriously addicted to emotional eating, lots of sugar. And I ended up with shingles, a UTI for 4 months, a couple of dog bites that got infected. I was in a rough shape. So I went to see Dr. Tom, my favorite doctor, and I said, Dr. Tom, this is what's going on. And he says, Ricia, after all my research, it's no doubt you have FFB. Well, we've got a doctor in the house tonight, and I'm sure Dr. Karen knows what FFB is. Well, it's fat, frumpy, and broke. That was me. And I went, Dr. Tom, Chris and Joni Budd, April 22nd, saved my life. They called me. Maybe they saw one of my fat pictures on Facebook and they said, Ricia, you got to know about these drops. My first thought was, I don't have the money. I shut it down completely. I don't have the money. I was so broke. And then my second thought, I think it was God speaking to me. I don't know, but said, you got to find the money. You got to find it from somewhere. So I stole it out of my massage budget. I had a head-on collision a couple of years prior. So that was therapeutic massage. I stole it out of that budget and I bought 2 boxes. Joni said, get on posting. We have a system. It's a proven system. There's so many people. These drops have been on the market for 16 years. Over 1 million bottles have been sold. All you have to do is share this with others so they can see testimonies of person after person after person whose lives have changed. My first day, I posted the first post of Kim Gray. She lost 116 pounds. I got 19 comments. My second post that afternoon was Michelle, who lost 25 pounds. I got 7 comments. And then the courier came to my house with my boxes, my 2 boxes, held up the box, 2 bottles. Mike took my picture and I posted something silly like, yay, my boxes are here. I'm excited to start my journey. I got 59 comments, 20 customers, and 6 people who wanted to join my team. My life changed in a very short period of time. So now that I have a vehicle, I started setting my goals. I am a goal setter. November was the magic month. All of my 1-year goals seemed to happen all in November. I was able to bring in a maid onto the team, which I was really excited about, a gardener and a pool guy. I also bought a brand new fridge. I'm totally in love with that appliance. I wanted color all over this house. Manzanini was all white. Mike said, I like white. I said, not in this marriage, honey. We're going for bright color. We live in Mexico. So the paint crews came in and painted for us. We rebuilt the pergola on the bottom level. It was in a situation of dire straits where it was starting to collapse, close to being dangerous. So that was a $5,000 structure to bring exotic wood in from other places. We bought Mike a new motorcycle. He's pretty excited about that. I put brand new air conditioners in every room in all the villas. And then we had an earthquake on December 24th that caused our pool to fail. January 2nd, a whole bunch of people were coming into our villas. So it was dire straits to hurry up, get a pool crew. And we did get the pool repaired in time. January 14th, we had a pool celebration party. Now, I want to share this with you, not to impress you, but impress upon you that if it hadn't been for PartnerCo, we would have lost the resort side of our business. We would have lost it completely. Somehow we would have had to find a way to refund money. It would have killed us financially. So PartnerCo saved my resort business. And they also sent me on a diamond resort trip to Punta Cana. Our special guest speaker, Kristen, was on that trip with me. It was an amazing, amazing holiday. I'm still pinching myself for having realized that amazing trip. Again, it was a Hyatt Ziva, beautiful diamond resort in the Caribbean. I did zip lining, all kinds of things. We partied, we danced, so fun. 178 people. Most of us in our first year with this company were on this trip to be spoiled rotten by the owners of our company. Let's share with you what happened to me on a health level. In 13 days, the physiology of my body completely changed. I had never seen anything like this in my life. I started to feel good about myself again. In 90 days, I had lost 34 pounds. I can't believe the girl on the left, that was the girl that was at our going away party on Vancouver Island. And the girl on the right was after 90 days on this product. Wow. I am so grateful. I'm so healthy. I'm filled with energy. I feel like I'm 30 years younger. I sleep like a baby. I have 0 pain, 0 inflammation. I just feel great. Got my mojo back. Thanks to Darren and John, Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth, the owners of our company. They came together and bought 5 companies that were failing due to poor management, earlier management decisions. Throw in COVID, and these 5 companies with amazing stellar products were failing. The 2 guys came together and bought these companies. John was particularly emotionally involved with one of them as he spent his adult life building an international legacy, particularly with the Tanish and Noni product. And together, we are called PartnerCo because we are partnering. There's no division between corporate and us in the field. All of us are partners acting simply better together. What I've learned in the last few months was tremendous. I thought these symptoms, many of which I was experiencing, was all because I was getting old, frumpy and anxious and depressed and broke and all those things. But I want you to now have a look at this and think for yourself, if you're not on the drops, or think back to when it was before you started the drops. How many of these affected you? And I'd like you to put in, if any of you suffered 1 to 3, put it in the chat. Mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, especially sugar and carbs, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, fatigue, weight gain. Put a 1 to 3 in the chat, or a 4 to 6 in the chat, 7 to 9, or 10 in the chat. Many people that I speak to say, I'm in for all 10. And I had no idea it was because our bodies are out of balance. We have over 100 products to get us well again. What I love about these products, they're all good, clean ingredients produced by doctors, backed by science, and you feel the difference. Everyone you hear from tonight is going to tell you how great they feel. What excited me was the fact that we have a global company. Being a Canadian living in Mexico, I'm able to do a global business, as you are, in over 50 countries. You can post with our simple system of growth on Facebook. Somebody from Italy is interested in the drops. You send her a link. The European office fulfills the order. Voila, you get paid next Friday. It's completely transparent. There's no international tax licenses or numbers that you need to apply for. Let's talk a little about the products that we have. Lucime Sincerity is an amazing product. To my knowledge, it's the only breathable skincare mask in the world. It was created by a team of dermatologists in 2005, specifically for problem skin, including burn victims, eczema, very difficult, challenging situations. Here's some examples. Beautiful Marlene's legs on the left. She suffered from eczema. She had terrific pain and discomfort from this situation. And after only a few weeks of rolling, her legs got well again. We're not saying that any of our products are going to cure, but what we say is you certainly are getting to a situation of manageable again. And she managed her situation quite nicely. Adult acne, stretch marks, that picture was taken after only 6 weeks of application. Signs of aging, rosacea. Have a look at this gentleman's battle scar there. That's a serious chest surgery that he got. And in only 14 days, he was able to recover the majority of his scar. Amazing products. And again, too, many people I've interviewed specifically from the Sincerity company that came into Partner Co. were at 6-figure income earners from that one product. That is how good that one product is. I'd now like to bring forward my guest speaker. I'm so excited that KRISTEN Doyle White is on our call tonight. KRISTEN started in the fitness industry she's been in the fitness industry since 2004. She started personal training in 2013 and started her gym in 2017. She has many training certificates, including personal trainer, skill classes like Pilates, TRX, cycling, and so many more. She focuses on fueling the body for performance, whether that's sport or everyday life. She's a mom, accomplished athlete, a well-respected member of our athletic council. Please welcome KRISTEN Doyle White. Now I'm going to stop the share. And now I'm going to give you the driving wheel, and we're going to have you take over. And actually, no, I'm going to continue with the share, but you're going to be speaking on the products, right? And then I'm going to bring legal back to you. Okay, yes. Super. All right. I do want everyone to see that beautiful smile of yours as you wave to the crowd.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me on. I'm excited to be here in a different time zone. We're 2 hours ahead from you. So excited to be here, and always love to share about products and the business. So looking forward.
You are our Partner Co product guru. So we're so excited to have you on this call. And it's been a long time coming, KRISTEN. So let's jump back to our slides, and we're going to be able to share the next slides. And KRISTEN's going to bring forward her wealth of knowledge on our different products. So let's start with Tahitian Noni.
Yeah, and I'm going to do just like a brief hit on a few, because if I get going down too detailed, we'll be here all night. Because we know I can spend an hour on one product. But the noni juice we know is really overall, right? It's for your immune system. It's got the adaptogen of the Tahitian noni in it. This is going to be for fighting inflammation from head to toe. We know noni juice is anti-parasitic, antibacterial, antiviral. So it's going to help fight pathogens, but it's also going to give you an immune system boost. It is great for your cardiovascular system. It's great for people who are doing athletics, sports specific. It's helping their VO2 max. But even more than that, it is just for overall well-being. So it's good for your mood, believe it or not. I just got done drinking some because I just got off my bike because I was like, I need to start fighting some inflammation and it's getting nighttime. This is when I'm going to be wrapping down to go to bed. I don't want to be thinking about stuff I got to do tomorrow. So it's time to drink some noni. So whether you're wanting it for immune system or not, it's a good go hit. Which brings you to the collagen of noni. You're getting some of the Tahitian noni, but you're also getting some of your collagen. We know we're going to get a new collagen coming up. So if you're not utilizing one now, this is the one to go to. You're getting, I believe, type 1 and type 3 in this. So you're getting one that is good for your skin, but also for your cartilage and ligaments. So this one tastes good too. My mom's addicted to it. It's also good for your hair, skin, and nails. Comes in little bottles, and you're getting your immune system and the stuff that's good to make you look pretty. You can go to the next one. So the Nutrify line. I'll spend a little bit of time here going through them. We'll start at probiotics and I'll work over. So the probiotics to me is probably the best one on the market, at least that I have found. And I honestly, if it wasn't the best one, I would take the best one because I'm all about gut health. Your gut is your second brain. This probiotic is going to have 15 different strands of probiotics in one little capsule. This is a slow release capsule, by the way, so it is going to bypass the stomach. That is super important because it's actually going to get to the colon and your intestines where you actually need that flora to happen and to be released. If it's going to get digested in the stomach, a lot of times the stomach acid's going to eat it up. So like the powder probiotics, like your stomach acid's going to eat up a majority of that. So this one's going to get to where it needs to go. And most probiotics on the market are somewhere between a 3-strand. A good one is going to be 7. I've never seen one in a market be more than that. We have 15, so you're hitting almost all areas when it comes to a probiotic in ours. We're going to go to the omegas. So this is our fish oil, right? This is our omega-3s. This is, to me, the best. Always, you're going to hear me say that. This is the best one on the market. Truly it is because we have people developing these products and sourcing them from the best places on the planet. So this one's no different. This one is going to be from small fish. So we have anchovy, sardines going into this omega. So we have small water fish coming from fresh water sources, the Caribbean coast. We're not going to toxic waters. We're not going to big toxic fish. And we're certainly not going to farm-raised fish where they've been treated with antibiotics, where they've been fed nasty food, where they've had overcrowding. We're getting small fish and freshwater sources. And then we also don't use hexane to extract their oils because, right? It's fish oil. It's a fat. Where do we store toxins in our fat? It's no different for fish, but we need to extract that oil. Well, hexane is toxic, but the EPA does allow a little bit to be left in the residue of the oil, right? But we use actually cold water or a cold purification method to extract it, and none of the hexane residue is left on it. So it makes it a very clean source, and that's why you won't burp fish oil when you use ours. The Rejuvenex, and I guess it could be called something different there, Amplify, in a different market. We call it Rejuvenex or Amplify. This is going to be a 12 or it's either 12 or 11. I think it's 12 superfruits. And obviously it's superfruits. So those are antioxidants, right? But then we have L-theanine, which is good for brain and focus. We have chamomile and we have green coffee bean extract. That's it. This is an energy and focus product, and you're getting an antioxidant hit. I take 4 of these every morning, pretty much before my eyes are open, because it helps me just like get my day grounded and get centered. And I don't have a heart rate flush. I don't have sweaty palms. I don't have a crash coming off of this. So this is an energy product. Our optimals. This is what you would consider your, standard multivitamin. It is not what you would say your sexy product. Like, right? We have all these flashy MOA, Noni, like Slender Eyes. This is this is my standard vitamin and mineral. But let me tell you, this may be the best product on our line. And I don't say that lightly, because this is covering everything you need in a day. Like literally, everything your body needs cellularly in a day is in that green and blue bottle. It even comes down, they even add things like resveratrol and grapeseed. They go the extra mile. They add a fruit and veggie blend. Like, they're adding additional food things in that are good for you. And it's the best type of formulation for if you're not going to eat the food, because it's almost impossible to eat the amounts that are put in there. It's literally almost impossible. I mean, it would be impossible to eat pounds of butter that would equivalent the vitamin E, or pounds of spinach and pounds of steak to equal the amounts of the vitamins that have been put in here. It's impossible. But those are packed in here in the perfect formulation. And then they add food. And the reason why the combinations are perfect is because you really need certain vitamins and minerals to create the best absorption. And they put them in there. This is why both of those are in the physician's desk reference, along with the Venali and the Noni. So we have the Optimal MV, Venali, and Noni in physician's desk reference. To me, they're the best ones on the market because they are the best sourced, the best formulas, and the best type of ingredient, if it's going to be in a capsule or a vitamin. Like, if it's not going to be food and it's going to be put into a product, it's going to be the best in that form right there. And then, of course, we have MOA, which is our 36 superfood. This is a food-based product. Okay, so we have our 6 medicinal mushrooms in here. We have turmeric in here. We have bioprint in here. Oh, how perfect. We have elderberry. We have all the buzzwords that we know are really good on a high antioxidant level, and they've liquefied it and put it all in there. It'd be impossible to eat all that in a day. So, and I get asked this a lot. Do you have to, is it overlapping? Can you take too much? I always say, if you're starting with something, start with one. Do I take both every day? Do I do the optimals and the minerals and MOA? Yes. And I do the Noni? Yes. But I started with one, and then I started stacking, because I really wanted to know, I need to feel this, and I want to know what this is change. I want to see if my body feels the change. And then I'm going to add another layer. And then I'm going to add another layer. And you could totally stack MOA and Omega Q. They do different stuff. Like, they're going to do different stuff. Like, one's for fish oil and cholesterol and other things. But you can really do the different stacks when it comes to MOA and optimals and Noni. Stack them so you can feel the change. And MOA, like this picture says, is wonderful for inflammation, just kind of like Noni, but it could be in a different way. I can't remember. This is Brandy. She actually lives in my town, by the way. She's from Jackson. I know her personally. I cannot remember. I feel like this is a 2-week picture. But we have people who use MOA overnight and can see a change. I have people who I will get on this product, and I say, their rings are stuck. I say, if your rings don't come off in 2 weeks, I will give you your money back. Never had to do that, because the inflammation does come down. A lot of it's just water retention. Their body just can't pull it off. And MOA has so many things that are, the mushrooms are immunomodulating, which means if your immune system's overactive, it says, girl, you need to chill out a little bit. You need to come down and not be so overactive, pull back a little bit. So that's why her joints were coming down. She had rheumatoid arthritis. Could be a different autoimmune. It could be eczema. It could be psoriasis. It could be whatever, but it's supposed to say calm down a little bit while also helping you fight those pathogens. So overall, I love it because it's convenient. They go everywhere with me. So that is part of this Nutrify. Oh, Vinali, thank you for
Finale.
pointing.
Let's talk about Finale, one of my favorites.
Forgot. Yeah, thank you for coming back to it because I was going to leave it off. Yes, Vinali probably could be actually my favorite on the board. As much as I just raved about the other ones, this one is our grape seed, is our high potent vitamin C. In China, they call it the beauty pill. So it is wonderful for your skin, ladies. So if you are running slender eyes and you're saying, man, my skin needs to be a little tighter here, this is the one you can superdose to help collagen creation. Without vitamin C, collagen will not be created. You must have vitamin C as the forerunner for collagen, okay? Without vitamin C, collagen is dead. But the grape seed in the Vinali is the big kicker for me. So my dad is not on this call. I don't know if any of y'all know my dad, but his name is Chris and he works this business and this is his product. He was an asthmatic since the age of 3. I never knew my dad not to have an inhaler ever, like growing up. Chronic cough, chronic asthma attacks. Like we just lived with that. Like I knew him. I mean, scary stuff if you've never seen an asthma attack. Inhalers were all over the house, every drawer, every car. He got on Vinali and took 8 a day. And he has not used, this was in 2013. He has not used an inhaler since 2013. And so grapeseed is super wonderful for helping one, inflammation, but specifically in the trachea and helping epithelial tissue in the lungs. It helps make it stretchier. And it also helps the inflammation in the lungs as well. But if you can breathe and you don't have the tightness, you can get the air in, right? That was what he struggled with. He couldn't get the air in, and then his chest would tighten up. Not to mention that causes anxiety when you can't breathe, so which would lead into more of the stress of it. But I always say that this product probably saved his life because it led him to believe. You always have to have that one. Slender Eyes leads us to believe in everything else, right? We say Slender Eyes is our gateway. Vinali was his gateway to say, let me try something else because he hasn't used an inhaler. Now he uses everything we see right here and the drops and noni and whatever else now I tell him he needs to try. But Vinali is probably my favorite product because I've seen it help him and I love it because I think it helps my skin. So Sugar Stop. This is the product that you take. One, if you need fiber, but I do not use this product every day. I use it if I'm going to eat what you're seeing on the left. I don't think people should use this as a crutch. This is not your let me use this as I can go cheat now, right? I'll use this tomorrow because it's the 4th of July and I'll be like, oh yeah, I got that Sugar Stop, so I'm gonna do that right before I eat my brownie. That's what it's meant for, right? Oh, it's gonna be my birthday, I'll go drink my Sugar Stop. It's not, oh, I can have my Sugar Stop Monday through Saturday and I can eat pizza every night because I have Sugar Stop. That's not what it's for. But it is gonna help with 40% blockage of starch, okay, and 20% blockage of glucose. So it literally has some ingredients in there that gets in there and will block some enzymes, your body the creation of some enzymes, so the breakdown can't happen. So it kind of just flushes out, okay? It will not work on certain other sugars. It will work on table sugar and it will work on a starch. Does not work on fructose. It does not work on the liquids. Okay. So don't think it does. It has to be those two. All right. I'm sorry. It's sucrose and starch. It does not work on glucose, straight glucose, okay, which would be like honey and stuff like that. Um,
We're going
I
into
guess
Advantage
I
now.
was going to say, looks like we're going into Advantage. Yes, which happens to be one of, I think I say this every time, one of my favorite products. But this is like a vanity product, kind of. I always say it kind of started out as a vanity product when I used it for the first time because I just felt like it made me have a smaller waist. And then I really got into learning what brown fat was. Yes, it's going to help you burn more calories. It's a natural thermogenic. Okay. It's going to help your body heat up where you burn more calories in a day without doing nothing but taking the pill. That's pretty cool, by the way. I'm just sitting here. And by the way, I've had 4 of these babies today. I've upped my dosage. Maybe I'm not recommending you do that. I've upped my dosage because I just thought, why not? I'm going to give it a shot. So, and I've been running it since September, so I've kind of gotten immune to it at this point. So I'm going to try to double it up. Let's see what happens. So I'm getting pretty hot, by the way, and it's hot here in Tennessee. You can imagine how much I'm sweating. But I'm burning more calories by doing nothing. It is helping visceral fat, which is this, the fat around the organs. That's dangerous. I lost 14 pounds that I didn't know was stuffed on me and 3 inches on my waist from September to February using this product. Tell me I didn't love it because I was like, yeah, this is a vanity product. I lost weight and I didn't do anything but use this little pill. But what I found out about brown fat is it's actually good to always have it. You start, if you don't, it's one of those things, if you don't use it, you lose it. And guess what? I probably thought I was using it a lot. I exercise. That's one reason to naturally make it to activate. I eat well. I have foods rich in omega-3s. That's another way to activate it well. But here's some things I don't like. I don't like to be cold. And that's a way to turn it on by shivering, getting yourself cold. That's a way to activate your brown fat. Most people don't like to be cold. What do? We put on coats, right? So to activate brown fat, have you heard of the thing of cold plunging now? That is one big popular fad right now because it does. That's a way to get your brown fat working. Again, get it going, get it turned on. But you're never going to catch me in a cold plunge. It's just not going to happen. I'd rather take 4 of these a day. But that is a way that people are activating it. But brown fat is important to have because it is going to keep you leaner. It's going to help combat obesity. It literally is going to help you not create diabetes. Like it keeps your blood sugar stable. Like it does all of these things that people don't realize. And the more I researched about it, I was like, oh, wow, this is actually a health product. This isn't just a vanity product. This is keeping our metabolism up. This is keeping our bodies turned on because it's the reason why people are gaining weight when they get old. It is one of the factors. And it's actually, I think in the next like 10 years, you're going to hear people talking more and more about brown fat. We're just ahead of the game. And then this leads us to the Slender Eyes program, which we know has 4 different products. We have our meal replacements, which is our Pure Nourish, our Power Boost, our Giving Greens, which I absolutely love, our 2.5 pounds of cruciferous vegetables with our digestive enzymes, our prebiotics, probiotics. Super good for the stomach. I'm never going to eat 2 pounds of vegetables a day. I do these at night as well. I do a Pure Nourish shake almost every day. So this is soy-free, dairy-free. We have a full vitamin panel in this. We have obviously prebiotics. Did you say something? Okay. Prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes in that as well. It's low calorie, low glycemic, no fillers, no binders, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial binders, no maltodextrin. Like it is as clean, and I hate using that word sometimes, but that's the best word for it. It is clean and as pure as a protein powder can get. And then we have our branch chain amino acids that you can add to it, which is great for preserving muscle and building muscle and keeping your metabolism boosted. And then, of course, that leads us to the day and night drops. So this is where you want me to share my screen.
We've got the Renew, and then we're going to go into
Oh,
yours.
okay. Then I'll share Renew and then I'll roll into mine.
Okay, here we've got our Renew, our Fountain of Youth in a box.
Yeah, so this is your anti-aging product. So this is going to be the product that naturally helps you boost HGH, which is human growth hormone. We know human growth hormone is linked to everything cellularly for restoration and regeneration. Literally, without HGH, you get old. It's going to be the most abundant hormone in your body, keeping you young until about age 30, 35, and then it's going to start to decline. And honestly, it's the reason why people say, just wait till you're 40. Because at 40 is when it does start really coming down. Because HGH is taking a hit. And there's a couple reasons. Well, obviously, one being age. I think two now, environmental factors play a big thing. Stress plays a big thing. But we start producing two things as we age that really start inhibiting the production. And it's DPP4, which is an enzyme, and then another hormone called somatostatin. You're naturally going to produce them. But if we can block those two things in our hypothalamus, which this product does, then the signal starts getting sent back to the pituitary gland that says, you need to make her some more HGH. And the amino boosting blend in Renew actually blocks DPP4 by 99.999%. So the channel is reopened back up, at least for that one pathway. And then the other pathway for somatostatin, it's not blocked quite that much, but it is blocked. And then that channel starts going from here. Y'all can't hear me, right? But then it starts getting like this, and it's saying, start making some more HGH for her. So the channel gets opened back up. That's literally what's happening up here. And so your body starts saying, yeah, you can make some of that again. So, and we have patents on this to prove that it works. So we're not giving hormone, we're just creating, it's like we're biohacking the body to say, hey, start working for itself again. It's literally what it does. I've used it for 4 years now. I have pictures of myself when I was 35 or 34 when I started using it. Maybe they're 35. And I looked older then than I do now. And I literally attribute it to this product. I love it. So these are your stats. In Canada, 63.1% is overweight or obese. Oh, US, though, we are winning with 73 points. I'm not surprised by that because y'all do have a few more regulations on some foods and, some standards and things like that. And, it doesn't surprise me because the food systems really try to trick us. And I'm going to talk about that. They really play with us with what we think is a healthy lifestyle, right? But really, they create the food industry really actually starts creating the problems in our lifestyle. And I'll talk about that too. But I think most of it comes from that, which is creating the diabetes, joint skeletal problems, hormones, inflammation, which will lead to the self-confidence, digestive issues, sleep problems, and obviously we know sugar, salt, fat cravings. But look at all of those problems right there. Obviously, we're talking about Canadians, we're talking about Americans. But listen, this is a global problem. And when we get into the drops, I'm going to tell you why they work globally. And that's why we've sold 1 million sets globally. They work everywhere because weight loss isn't one size fit all. It is complicated. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, have you made me co-host already? You're about to. You tell me when I am co-host, and then I'm going to share my screen. All right, here I go. If you cannot see, you'll let me know. All right, so we're introducing you to day and night drops. Y'all may have obviously gotten a good stretch of this, but weight loss is complicated. It isn't one size fit all. We've been told, though, for a very long time, it's your diet. What you eat, calories in, calories out, go exercise, and you'll lose weight, right? That was kind of taught. I mean, at least a couple decades ago, just go eat 1,200 calories and then burn off 1,200 calories and you'll lose some weight. That was really kind of what I was taught for a long time growing up. And that, I mean, that's why I used to calorie count. I did that for a really long time. It works in your 20s. And then you hit 30 and then it just doesn't work anymore. And then you start training women and that's really not working for them. And then you're like, well, what else is going on? Well, could it be their hormones? Yeah. They're older. Well, let's dig into that. Could it be they got some stuff going on in their stomach? They got gut problems. Their stomach's always swelling. Their stomach's always hurting. They have inflammation problems. I mean, their face is puffy. I mean, they're not taking in enough cellular nutrition. Tell me what you eat. Do you eat any kind of vegetables? Do you eat any kind of fruits? You always eating from a package? Do you have PCOS? So you're insulin resistant? You're hungry all the time. You don't eat, you're never hungry. You're stressed all the time. You never sleep. Like weight loss is complicated. And then you have to factor in your environment. Like, do you live in a very polluted area? Do you have plugins in your walls? And I'm really getting specific here. What kind of deodorant do you use? Like, are we putting toxins on our body? Like, I want to know all the specifics because that could matter to you. It might not matter to me, but like everybody's not the same. So we actually need to know these things. And when it comes down to the products, I really think you should know the people who create them really took all of that into account when they created the products. Okay. This is why I feel like this is the best product on the market. And I don't even want to say for weight loss. You just happen to lose weight when you use it if you need to lose weight. We have a team of people who've created and formulated products that really achieve wellness. So we have obviously preventative medicine, we have nutritionists, we have pharmacologists, we have toxicologists, we have people who want to know about toxins going in our system. And what do those toxins do? We have the best of the best creating our products to see the side effects or the benefits. And then we have a no compromise philosophy because we're not putting anything negative in the product that could create a bad side effect. It must create good. And then, of course, we brought on Dr. Joshua Plant, Chief Science Officer, who I think is going to be one of our best formulators, who fits right into the mold of creating the vision of what can we bring to the table of getting the best out of wellness, not just weight loss. And I think he's already proved that he's into that. And that's his vision. So let's talk about the day and night drops. Obviously in Canada, y'all are getting day and night drops, right? In the United States, we still get Slender Eyes. Let me get this fact. Let me just put it on the table. They do the same thing. It's just one's herbal, one's going to be homeopathic. They do the same thing. It's just they just have a few different ingredients. The formulation is going to create the same effect. Okay, the same effect is coming from this. I can assure you of that. So this is the day pre-meal drops. You're going to take 15 drops before your meals. You can see, just take them 20 to 30 minutes before. You measure it out right before, just like you always would. You'll see right on the bottom, they're natural, nutritional support. This is a food supplement again. And, you're going to wait to eat all the things. And here's the exact list, but we're going to go through what's in them. So the white kidney bean, which we know is also in sugar stock. So this helps with the delayed absorption of the carbohydrates. So again, it's helping that slow down. This is prepping your stomach for some digestion and helping your body with the delay of those carbs. So you're not absorbing, you're not getting that big hit of sugar. Your insulin's not going to rise as fast, right? The cacao bean, this is going to also help with the feeling of fullness, getting satiated faster. This is also an antioxidant, so I love this ingredient. I just wish it was in everything. This is also going to give it that rich color that'll be in this bottle. We have the green coffee bean extract. This ingredient is also in the Rejuvenex, may lower blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity. You're going to see all of the positive effects in helping keeping blood sugar stable in this bottle, which I love because we know when our blood sugars run stable, guess what? You're in fat burning mode. Not fat storing mode, you're in fat burning mode. We have green tea extract. We know it's another antioxidant, good for metabolism, specifically abdominal fat reduction. We know green tea extract is in the Accelerate in the Slenderized program, the American version. We have the guarana seed extract. Again, another feeling of fullness. Remember, this all syncs right back over. It's the same program, just a few different ingredients. Cinnamon bark. I love cinnamon. This actually helps again with keeping blood sugar stable, but also helps fighting food cravings. Biotin. Where do you see that one? In Accelerate. But it's right here, helping with the normal physiological functions, helping my macronutrients go to where they're supposed to go, get the breakdown of them. Obviously good for hair, skin, and nails. Chromium contributes to maintenance of normal functions as well. And then the erythritol is giving a little bit of a sweetness, right? Then we go to the nighttime drops. This one is 45 drops. Who's going to count out 45 drops? Just pull it up to 2 ml and take it. You're going to do this one, I believe, an hour or two right before you go to bed. I've always heard people say they do it about an hour before, but I think you could do it a little bit, a little bit earlier if you wanted to. The key is they don't want you to eat after you take this one. This one is meant to help you get ready to go to sleep and rest. You have L-theanine in here, which is an amino acid. I'm going to go through all those, but here is your full list again. Again, we have it's a food supplement. This one's meant to promote, I really want to get my hands on this bottle. Promote the relaxation, more adaptogens. I love adaptogens, y'all. The more adaptogens you can put in your body, the better. All right. Let's look at actually everything broken down. So we have L-theanine. This one's the amino acid, natural substance found in green tea. This helps promote relaxation and sleep. This is an essential amino acid. The L-glutamine, that's also in your Power Boost, but again, it's helping with insulin sensitivity. That's so cool. Right before bed, you're putting that in, helping something keep your insulin run good, but helping promote insulin sensitivity. So we're not getting insulin resistant. The more insulin sensitive we are, the better. I'll just put it that way. The better, the better. Then we have fructooligosaccharides. I think I said it right this time. I really butchered it the last time I did this. But it's really good in improving your gut flora, just making your stomach healthy. We always need more and more things to help our stomach stay healthy, okay? Aiding with digestion. So you're getting your stomach healed from, digesting from the day, but also prepping it for the next day for the digestion for the next day when you start eating again. We have acerola fruit extract. Acerola fruit, that's in vanilla. Getting it again. You can never get enough acerola fruit, by the way. It's one of the most potent antioxidants on the planet. Holy basil. Okay, so this is probably to me the coolest adaptogen that we offer. Yes, we have ashwagandha and we have rhodiola. We have Cordyceps is also another one. Holy basil is literally called holy basil because it is rendered holy in India. They consider it an holy herb because they think it is so powerful for the body that they like it is like sacred to them because it is so has such huge adaptogenic properties. So we put it in there. It's also in our elite. So you're getting again, you're getting if you don't do elite, you're getting it here in your night drops. We have the cordyceps. That's going to be from the mushroom, right? The cordyceps mushroom, another adaptogenic, but super antioxidants. This one is one that's good for ATP production. So we know ATP is in our cells. We need ATP to be the fuel source for all of our cells. It is what makes all of our cells run. So the better your ATP production, the more energy you have, the better your cells run. That's whether it's a brain cell, a kidney cell, um, muscles, bladder, whatever it is, it's going to run better because ATP production is better for it. Okay. And then we have the astragalus root powder, more encouraging feelings of calm, well-being, relieving stress. So again, promoting the well-being right before bed. So you're not laying in bed thinking, what have I got to do tomorrow? What did I mess up today? And what have I got to fix? We're not doing that. We're going to get calm right before bed. Obviously, our approved food list. Honestly, think y'all, there could be a few added things to this one. But this is pretty standard. We know what to eat. We have our proteins, our vegetables, our fruits, condiments. It's literally what to stay away from, right? We know we're not going into high starches. We're not going into breads. We're not going into things like that. And I want to harp on this. This is a guide to help you learn how to eat what's right. You have to stay on this the rest of your life? No, you'll be pulling foods back in. And then when people say, do I have to eat 1,200 calories? I'm supposed to eat 1,200 calories. That is a minimum. And then it's really meant for you to say, what is 1,200 calories of this bad food look like to 1,200 calories of this? It's so you can just start comparing what real food looks like on a plate versus bad food. Because 1,200 calories of junk food looks a whole lot different of 1,200 calories of healthy food. It's really just so you start being mindful of what a calorie is. Don't count calories, just be mindful of them. I do not recommend those calorie counting apps. Like I can't stand them. Don't be a stickler like that. Don't run off numbers, but just be mindful of saying, I wonder what, 1,200 calories of cucumbers look like to 1,200 calories of Oreos. Oh my gosh, can you imagine a plate of 1,200 cucumbers? It's to be mindful of what you're eating, okay? But here's our main benefits of bottle one: appetite suppression, hunger control, hormone support. That's ghrelin, the hunger hormone. Yes, we want to knock that down a little bit. We want to help your serotonin, which is our happy hormones, delay carbohydrate absorption. Main benefits of bottle two: promote rest, sleep, decrease stress, and have a positive effect on your mood. To me, this is why it is not a diet. I don't say ever this is a diet. This is more than about your weight. This is really about well-being. It's keeping a lifestyle. This is easy. Like it is about preventing disease because obesity is a problem. It's an epidemic. Diabetes is a problem. It's an epidemic. Polycystic ovarian disease is becoming an epidemic. And until people start realizing all the things that are cofactors in that and how we really can be in control of preventing it, whether it's the drops, which I think can be a huge factor because I think they're a tool. You could do it if you ate from that list, but those two bottles make it a whole lot easier. And they add real things to your body that help just help give nutrition back. So I always say this isn't about weight, but it could be about a movement because as Risha said, she's here to help people now. I'm here to help people. I want to change people's life, whether it's, with their health or let them make some extra money doing it. But my dad was just one person that I saw. I was like, oh, he doesn't have to have inhaler anymore. And you're fixing to hear from Ken and Karen and how he's lost a ton of weight. You don't think that makes him excited to share with somebody just what 2 bottles can do? And from a pharmacist point of view, you're going to hear from her. It really is about a movement because if you can just help people, it feels good. So, anyways, that is that slideshow, and I'm going to quit sharing it at this point, I think.
Amazing information, Kristen. Thank you so very much. Wow. Awesome, awesome. But we're not done with you yet. You can't go to sleep yet on us.
Okay.
We're bringing you back. Okay, let's just go to continue with the presentation. Now that we've heard about the power of the day and night drops, and again, the Slenderies Accelerate drops, they are bringing you the same results. And let's share now some of the results that people are receiving. You've seen my results. I am on the day and night drops. Katie is on the Slenderies drops. It doesn't matter. They're bringing us both the same results, which is very exciting. James Laponce, yes, man, you have hormones too, 47 pounds in 4 months. Dr. Crystal lost an entire person of herself. That was about 6 or 7 years ago, and the beautiful lady on the right still looks like that today. So under our program, the weight does not come back. Very important. Athletes, as Kristen knows, are experiencing far better performance levels. Julie Park was very sick when she started the program. Now she's sassy, and she's got her mojo back big time. April, again, look at the physiology change with April from Oklahoma. The Hublers, Josh is a scientist as well. He tore the science apart on this product before introducing to his patients. Very, very satisfied. And you could just see on their faces the reduction in inflammation. Sheila was undergoing chemo and radiation and was very unhealthy, very sad with her life. And the drops came along and she was able to win her life back and say goodbye to 25 pounds. Chris Bailey, wow, he had a great story telling us about Lyme disease. He's from Tennessee as well. Had a great situation there, and the drops helped him recover. Again, we don't say that we don't cure or heal, but it just seems synonymous that people are getting, well, I'm just going to say this. You get yourself back in balance, and the body has a miraculous state of self-correct. Selena, her blood pressure numbers came normalized, as well as her A1C numbers. Doctor said you don't need all these medicines anymore. Ashley was able to say goodbye to night sweats, to hot flashes, to those anxious moments where you want to hurt your husband. And I want to bring this to your attention that there's 1 billion women going into perimenopause and menopause this year alone. There's a lot of people that we can reach out to help. We got to save the men after all, right? Reese lost 65 pounds. Her husband Anne and Chad, together, they lost well over 150 pounds. Chad was on 12 meds down to 2. Jerry Wyndham not only lost 12 pounds, he also lost the shakes. He no longer has to hold his other hand to the soup spoon when it goes up to the mouth. And I mentioned that to my husband, Mike. And Mike says, I've lost my shakes, my acid reflux, and my migraines. So miracles are happening every day with this beautiful product. Colleen, my friend, this before and after picture happened inside of 8 months, guys. Wow, look at the way she transformed her life. James Scott is on the call with us tonight. He has a rare form of Parkinson's. He's had it for decades, and now he's able to stop his shakes. He's lost 65 pounds, no longer has to wear that knee brace thanks to the MOA product. 17 years that brace was on his knee whenever he'd walk his dog. No longer. Kelly Rosier out of Qualicum Beach, Vancouver Island. Lori's on the call with us tonight, lost a whole bunch as well. Sherry's on the call with us. Congratulations, Sherry. Sharon Smith, again, miracles are happening with these people. Tammy, a lady that didn't think she needed to lose weight. Well, look at how ripped she is now. Nancy's on the call with us, and Nancy was sick. She's getting very, very well and healthy. Her husband, Wayne, has lost a whole bunch of weight as well. Charlene, we saw her dance across the stage in Calgary, and this woman is close to 80 years old. She had a bad fall. Her son wanted to put her into an assisted living. She said, I'm staying in my lakeside home. Give me 2 weeks on the drops. She's still in her lakeside home, and that's like 8 months later. She's my superstar. Valerie out of Victoria, another great success story. And this is interesting because Gwen's toes were very, very unhealthy. On March 24th, May 6th, you can see the transition. By June 13th, her toes are healthy again. Penny Toner was suffering from all kinds of colon cancer consequences and several bad operations. The girl on the left was having little excitement about life. 2 months later, there's my beautiful Penny, celebrating life again. Dawn Harrison, another great success story. Barbara's on the call with us tonight. I just love Barbara. She shows up her little tummy there. And thanks to Partner Co, Barbara and Randy are moving into the beautiful new home. So congratulations, Barbara, not only on your health success, but also on your business success. Tiger was just on our call. My goodness, this man was super sick. He was limited to oxygen after having COVID derivative. Now he's back to bench pressing 400 pounds, and he's gone down over 40 pounds from you see in this picture. Jane Storch, the lady on the left, she couldn't even clasp her hands because she was so inflamed. She loved sitting on her couch, regretted having to go walk her dog. The lady on the right, I just saw her recently in Victoria. She's down 54 pounds and she went and bought herself a kayak. Now she's fooling around on the lake in her brand new boat. Cheryl Cook's on the call with us. The lady in the top left, she called me in that black sweater on Christmas Eve. And she said, I'm ready for those drops of yours. Well, Cheryl now has released almost 50 pounds. She looks absolutely amazing and she's getting younger every day as we speak. Wow, you know, we could go on and on. Each of us knows dozens and dozens and hundreds of people that have experienced amazing success. Right now, I want to bring your attention to Dr. Karen and Ken Grisham, who have patiently waited to come on the call with us tonight from Lexington, Kentucky, or Lexington, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Please take a moment and just look at these pictures. We can see Ken, he was packing it. On the left, I would say, Ken, are you pregnant? What's going on with it? And Ken is looking super healthy. And Dr. Karen, look at you. You've regressed. Like you look like you're 30 years younger. I'm so excited to
feel
both
so much better. Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Well, who wants to go first? Ken, what about you? Let's get you first.
Yeah.
Okay.
You.
I was going to let my wife go first, but all I can say is, wow, what a life changer that these products are. I was very skeptical of these before I even jumped on board. But when I did jump on board, the very first week I knew I had something that I had never experienced in my life before. When I started, I was, like you said, I was a pregnant man. You know, I had that belly out there. But I was a food addict. I could go anywhere and eat whatever I wanted to eat, or whether I was hungry or not. But I was a pre-diabetic. I was on high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high triglycerides. That's when I started. Less than 2 months, my doctor had took me off every one of those because of the amazing work that these things are doing here. My wife is a pharmacist, and she sort of, after about 7 or 8 days I was on it, and I told her that these products are just not working for me. And I was having side effects from it. She said, what are your side effects? And I said, I was just super dizzy. And she, as being a pharmacist, she said, first thing let's do, it sounds like your blood pressure is dropped down quite a bit. And so I checked it. And I think it was about between 7 and 10 days, my blood pressure had dropped. And it was 100 on the top and 60 on the bottom. So before then, when I was on blood pressure medicine, it was running around 140 over 80 something. And so it had drastically changed, and that was my dizzy spell. So, wow, these are life changers. People are out there every day praying for what we have got. And we just need to share our story.
Absolutely. So what did you do to correct your dizzy spell?
I started weaning him off his blood pressure medicine because he was taking blood pressure medicine at that time.
Ah,
And so we watched his blood pressure, and I said, you've got an appointment next week. Let's cut it back halfway, and then for a couple of days, and then we cut it out. And when he went to the doctor said, no, don't take any more blood pressure medicine. And then he got his blood work done when he went to the doctor, and they called him back and said, hey, you need to quit taking this other stuff too. So,
wow.
yes,
Congratulations, Ken. Holy
yes.
cadoodle. And you look so much younger than that guy
I
who played
do.
basketball. Wow. Isn't it great? It's so fun, right?
I do. I do and act. I've always been full of energy. She can tell you that. I'm a happy, happy, happy. Kristen can tell you that. I'm always laughing. I'm always cutting up. But this has really turned back the clock on my age. Some people say what it's a magical. It's really not magical. It's just using God's plants that He put on the Mother Earth for us.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And Dr. Karen, how did
Yes.
you get introduced to the drops? And tell us why you were open to it.
Well, that's kind of funny because, I have been in my profession all my life where it's drugs, your prescriptions and everything. And that was always the way I was geared towards everything. And Ken came home. He actually is the one that came home and said, I've got something we're going to try. And I was like, yeah, right. So he said, I need to lose some weight. And I said, well, I do too. And he said, so we're going to try these drops and we're going to see how it works. And I said, okay, I'll try it. So I started taking the drops, and I could really tell a difference really quick. Um, I I didn't get as hungry, and we had been in our life, we lived to eat. That was what we did. Everything was around food. Every holiday, we have 13 grandchildren, so everything was around food, planning food for everybody. And when we started taking the drops, we started being more self-conscious and aware of what we were eating, and we just didn't get as hungry. So we eat to live now instead of living to eat. And I love the products. All the products that Kristen went over, I take every one of them every day. I am truly sold on everything. And the optimals to me are probably one of my favorite, because everybody that gets on the drops, the first thing they want, you quit eating as much.
Right.
So you have to take the optimals so that your body can get the nutrition that it needs. That was the big key for me. And I have started taking those, and I love them. Most vitamins will make you hungry. They just give you that grinding feeling in your stomach. These don't do that. They give you a boost and make you feel like you want to go do something. The one thing that really sold me on it was the no fillers, no dyes, no additives. I mean, they're very clean. And I am all about now preventative health, not big pharma is out there to put a band-aid on things. They just try to take care of some of the problems and the symptoms, and they're not taking care of the underlying root cause of health. And that's the reason I love these products so much.
Wonderful.
I want to
Yes.
add something. I didn't tell you that I lost 65 pounds on this. She's lost 45. So in between us, we've lost 110 pounds combined.
Yeah,
and we feel great. And we just share our story everywhere we go.
Hey, you're going to get better gas mileage now.
Yes.
Absolutely. Smaller clothes, yes.
Smaller clothes.
And Dr. Karen, were you able to release any medications?
No, I wasn't on very many. So I didn't have to come off of anything, but I feel better.
Yeah, well, you both look so young, and I don't believe you
We're
have
not.
grandchildren.
We're
I mean,
not young.
you're in your
We're not
40s.
young.
No, we're in our 60s.
They both look great. Thank you so much for staying well past your bedtime to be
No
on our
problem.
call tonight. Certainly appreciate it, and we'd love to have you back sometime.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yes.
Wow, take another look at them. Oh my goodness. Now that you've met them in person, look at the difference of what we've seen here. Again, these drops change people's lives. So how can you get them? Well, option one, you can become a customer and buy retail. But you know, I'm a girl from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Nobody in that city buys retail. And it's inevitable after 3 days, 7 days, people are going to say, my God, you look so good. What are you doing? And it's obvious that we're going to share with others because that's what we do as human beings. We love to help others. We love to share, and we're excited about finding something great. So why not become a brand partner or wholesale customer? It's the same at your membership of $29.95 in the United States, $37.95 in Canada. And some of you are going to share big because you're just so excited and so passionate about the transition that you're going through. So why not have all the tools that you need? We do the training, we help you out, we teach you the system of growth. You've got a back office, everything to track all those dollars you're going to make for every Friday's paycheck. I do want to say this, your earnings are going to completely depend on your passion, your desire to learn, and your desire to be coachable. So now let's quickly talk about the business end of things. We've heard some amazing product information, some great testimonials. Now let's quickly talk. I'm going to buzz through this because we're a little over time here. How to turn your drops into profits. As a membership, and your membership is for a lifetime. You don't have to repay. That's one thing that I love about this is it's there for you for a lifetime. You're going to get a 30% discount in your profits, or rather in your purchases. So either for personal consumption or to resell, you're going to get that 30 points. In the United States, you can buy a 4-pack for $371. Keep one, sell the other 3, make a profit of $222. In Canada, a 4-pack is $500. And you could keep one, make profits of $216. And why not turn social media into profit and open up that international market for you, as it happened with me? I've got about 13 countries represented in my back office now. This is just an example of our application of system of growth. Everything is there. If you can copy and paste, it's plug and play. All the answers for any question that may come up are there for you. Rick and Crystal, when I posted them, they together lost 210 pounds. That post itself got so many comments and inquiries, and it's that simple. Copy and paste and post. That's it. So we'd like to help you promote to get to Ultimate, which is a top pay rank in our company. And you can easily do it by promoting 30 boxes over 30 days. You can either purchase an Ultimate package, or you can buy 4-packs and resell them. There's so many different options available to you, but you're looking at profits from promoting 30 boxes of approximately anywhere from $2,100 to $2,700, and you get to that top pay rank. You're also going to want to be eligible to be able to receive commissions. So activate your position with 200 points. In a product company, there's always a point value attached. Again, the 4-pack is 208 points in the Canada and 200 points in the US. I'm going to suggest throw in the Renew. We heard from Kristen how good the Renew is. It's 278 points. It's absolutely amazing. Get it along with the 4-pack. In Canada, we do have a member pack. It gives you a good choice of different products, and the person who invited you can go over these packs in detail. There's the business pack. Again, you get better value. Every time they put a package together, you're getting kind of product for free because they threw in such great value. The elite pack is 1,000 points. And again, too, that's a great way to sample the different products as well as have extra for inventory to resell. The Ultimate pack is what I love the best. In Canada, you can get 3 10-packs for $35.70. Keep one, sell 29. You get free product and your profits are $2,143. How cool is that? I couldn't even open a business, a brick and mortar business, and have a website designed for $35.70. So just imagine that you could roll that into profits very, very quickly. In the United States as well, you can get 10 packs for $8.79, but I highly recommend that you look at the Ultimate option because your individual unit cost comes way down. It becomes $77 per unit, $2,300 investment, which you're profiting $2,700. So we've got some great ideas for you to launch your business and be able to help you get to that Ultimate in the pay plan right out of the gate. We were indeed voted by Business for Home the best compensation plan in the entire industry. I have never seen myself, so many people on my team get weekly checks as they are. We are paid 9 different ways. You are going to want to maintain a 100 points of product every month. You can either sell it or purchase. There's so many great products to choose from, and I think you'll love them all. And now you start getting your discounts, right? You get 30% off your own products, or you make instant 30 points in profits by reselling it. Not everybody, though, is going to want to be a retail customer. Mary will come along and say, I want to be a brand partner. I want to be sponsored by you. You are going to make a new volume bonus depending on where you're at when Mary becomes your new brand partner. If you bought a 4-pack, it's what we call activated at 200 points. You would make 15%, which is $150. If you bought the elite package at 1,000 points, you would make $250. But if you're ultimate, you make the top pay 30%, which is $300 on Mary's first 4 weeks of purchases, and then it goes to 15%. Well, Mary's going to refer others. That's what we do. We talk to Harry, we talk to Ernie, we talk to Bill, we talk to Helen. You are going to continue making percentages. I will share that with you in a minute, but I want to stress on this. Once you achieve ultimate, you will keep that top pay status for a lifetime. Earn top pay forever with our company. You don't have to requalify. So again, we've got some great choices for the ultimate package, and consider an investment. And we're going to teach you how to make your profits very quickly. Now I want to talk a bit about base commissions. As I mentioned, Mary will refer others. Based on a very generous specific formula, you're going to get base commissions on the activity of the teams, and that is paid every Friday. It's 15%. The company, in addition, pays you extra when any of those base commissions on a particular Friday go over $250. You will start earning 15% deposited into your savings bonus. There are so many people on in our company that have received their bonus. I see that Michelle McKay is on the stage. She's on her call with us tonight. Again, to many, many people celebrating the 10K, my friends that invited me, Chris and Joni Budd, who are now #1 in Canada, unlocked their savings bonus in 8 months. The Wyndhams unlocked theirs just recently, as did the Antleys, which was really great because they had a house fire, so that really helped them. Kim and Eric Gray, they unlocked theirs as well. And our guest speaker tonight unlocked hers too. So there's a lot of $10,000 bonuses floating around. And for the Canadians on the call, I want to impress upon you that this is in American dollars. That's right. So it's just one more extra way. My bonus will be triggered in 2 more paydays, not tomorrow, but the week after. And I'm going to go on an Africa safari to celebrate my 10K bonus. Anybody want to go with me? Say I, put I in the chat. I for Africa. So quickly, I just want to explain another way we get paid. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I want to say this. The matching bonus is a critical part of our entire compensation plan, and you get that matching bonus or gold status when you get to your ultimate in your first 4 weeks. That's why we'd like to help you get there as soon as possible. And again, Mary, your representative who bought 1,000 points of product, as she goes out and builds a team, she's going to enjoy those base commissions. As we talked about, that 15% on the activity based on the formula. You're going to make 15%. So she got $1,000 check of base commission. You would make $150 separate from hers. She sponsored Ernie. You would make 10% of Ernie's $1,000. Ernie sponsored Richard. You would make 5%. And that's how it goes to 7 generations. And I know many people in our company whose matching bonus is the equivalent to people's mortgage payments. So it's pretty significant. We've got our lifestyle credits, another way we get paid just by working our business and sharing and helping others. We had the Tahiti trip last April, and here we have KRISTEN White with her daughter in the Bahamas last July. Many of us were in Punta Cana, including Kristen again, Michelle, who's on the call, and Michelle Zoski, who was on the call. We've got several on our call tonight who were in Punta Cana. That we had so much fun having a party. It was fabulous. And many have just come back from Bali from an amazing trip. And I think Michelle McKay, who's on the line with us, just came back from Bali as well. This company treats us royally and wines and dines us in beautiful, beautiful resorts. You cannot imagine starting a company just a few months ago, or starting a business with this company a few months ago, and being able to be treated in beautiful resorts like this. It blows me away. So I'm just going to bring KRISTEN back for a moment. There's a couple of things I want to talk to her about. She's accomplished CEO. Let's talk to her about being a CEO with our company and how the financial end of this company has changed her life. KRISTEN, welcome back.
Yes, thank you. Well, I have to say, I am a full-time gym owner. So I do this business as my side hustle. And I have been a product lover for over a decade. So I started using these products merely to change my health and put them in my business because my full-time job is running classes, running clients. But 2 years ago, I needed extra income. And it's funny, you did this slide that and it was, to start a business, the overhead could be as little as, $3,000. You get all your products, and it doesn't have to be that much. It took me, I have $400,000 to open my gym. That's what I borrowed from the bank, because I bought a building and equipment and all the things. And I still have debt on that. I've paid off a few of those loans. I still owe some of those. But this this business clearly did not cost that much. And 2 years ago, I said, I need more time, because I have a 10-year-old, and she plays soccer and she goes to gymnastics, and I don't make money at the soccer field and I don't make money at gymnastics. I make money when I'm in front of people telling them, how to exercise. But it meant more to me to be at the soccer field. So I was like, I got to find a way to make money at the soccer field. The funny thing is, was sitting right in front of me in this company. And so I changed my tune and I changed my why. And I always encourage people to write down why you want to do this, because it's going to be easy to quit because it doesn't cost a lot to do it. It doesn't cost a lot of money. I can't quit the gym. I have a lot of overhead, right? So I always encourage people to make sure you know why you want to do this and why you're showing up. Because she's the reason I still show up. Because it's easy to want to stay healthy. I can still continue to take the products, but getting to take her to Punta Cana, if y'all could actually see all the pictures, and like she now says, where are we going next year? Like, but before we even get back, where's the next, where will they take us next year? Like, it's already, I'm like, I got to win that trip again. I have to win. Like, I have to, because she's already expecting us to go. And it's more than that. I want to, go to Target, and if she wants something, I only have one kid, by the way, so it's not like, you've got 4 or 5 kids, but if she wants something, I say, yeah, we can get it. I used to couldn't do that. I'd have to be like, well, let me check my bank account. Let me see if I can afford it. I don't have to think about that anymore. It's just, yeah, I can afford it. It feels good to know you can do those things. So that's what this company was able to do. My air conditioning unit went out 2 weeks ago. I could pay for it. Something goes out, you can pay for it. You're not thinking, how am I gonna get the money? It's just so much less stress to not worry about it. And then to be able to bring along people and share that almost feels as good as you being able to do that, and knowing they don't have to have, like, to see a mom be able to provide for her kid. And here, I gave my kid a better Christmas. I'm like, oh, that feels so good to know you helped someone do that. So, and then that's another, when I share the business, you can't not share when you share the product now, you can't not share the business, because you have to at least open the door to it. So if you're worried about that, if you're new to this and you feel fearful of sharing the business part of it, don't. Because I did that for a long time, by the way. So I'm just going to be candid. I had a hard time sharing the business part. I never had a hard time sharing the product because I knew they worked. but I was a little bit shy about sharing the business because I was a fear of the rejection, or was they going to think it was one of the pyramid schemes or one of those things. They don't. And if they do, who cares? Because they might see the light, but if I don't open the door of opportunity, I might not give a kid an opportunity for a better Christmas. That's how my mind works now. I'm like, I can't not give that mom an opportunity to give her kid shoes. Like, I'm like, that's where I go with it. So like I have to give that, I have to share now. Like, you have to share, even just cracking the door open, because the opportunity is there for everybody and everybody can do this. Whether it's on a small scale or a big scale, it's really whatever you want to do. It's
That's
however
right.
much you want to do. So that's my
Absolutely.
that's my little spill.
Couple of quick words on Punta Cana. You've been on a few rewards trips. Couple of quick words.
Well, we do have the best trips. They treat you the best. Uh, get on a trip. That's all I can say. It's get on a trip. You have a blast. They spoil you, and you can bring somebody or go solo. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have a good time because you're gonna be with really good company.
That's it. Wow. I love Punta Cana. It was so fun. Oh my God. The white party. Oh, it's so fun, right? Great band,
Yes,
everything. So good.
all of it.
Kristen, thank you so much. I know it's well past your bedtime. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap up. We've just got a couple more slides to go here. So we've heard from Kristen, we've heard from Dr. Karen, we've heard from Ken what these products look like. You've heard it from me. You will enjoy more energy, have that better sleep, improved mood, increase in your libido, reduction in inflammation, and your pants and jeans. Everything will feel so much better. Better elimination and digestion, less brain fog, boost in immunity, overall sense of well-being. This is the first time ever that I've been with a product company that I actually feel the products. It's amazing how you feel. You feel young, you look young. I just came back from a trip to see my family in Winnipeg, and I'm sorry to say most of them are very obese, and they looked at me and said, wow, you don't look like you've aged at all. You look great. And, that's what happens. So as you look at these symptoms, tomorrow when you go to work and you look at your neighbor across the street and you talk to your brother-in-law and your cousins, all of them have 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 of these symptoms, just like you have. We owe it to them to reach out and help them on a business level. Like Kristen says, maybe that mom needs help to buy her kids some school supplies come in September, or those new shoes, or the dad would like to take his kids on a nice holiday instead of camping in the backyard year after year. So, we do owe it to share it with people. And you're looking at a company that has had massive, massive success in the industry. We're the third fastest momentous company in the world right now. We've sold over 1 million bottles of the Slenderies drops. We're available in 50 plus countries with all the infrastructure set up for you. Tahitian Noni has sold over 172 plus million bottles. We have won award after award with the #1 compensation plan. So in summary, are you a 1, 2, 3, or 4? No, you don't want to be a 1. Nobody wants to buy retail. Remember, I'm from Winnipeg, right? #2 is, why not sign up, become a brand partner or wholesale customer so you can at least save the money? How about #3s? Do I have any #3s to put in the chat that you want to get on this health and wealth train and ride? If you're a 3, put it in the chat. And what about the 4s that you want to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big? Kristen had no idea when she started this company that she was going to be able to pay off a lot of that gym debt. None of us had any idea. I was saved from serious FFB all the way back. I have to think of a new acronym for where I am now. Let's go all the way to the top. You've heard my story after 1 year anniversary. You've heard Kristen's stories. You've heard Dr. Karen and Ken, how they've transitioned into very healthy people. What will your 1 year story look like? What will you be telling us as I interview you 1 year from now? Will you be living the dream with us, enjoying that time freedom, that body you love in the polka dot bikini with financial stability? And how about this hug fest, this community of friends of all of us, and these luxury experiences of these great vacations? We can help you choose a package. It's very, very quick and it's easy. Our system is so well set up with fabulous infrastructure. I want to say now, thank you very much to Dr. Karen Grisham for being on the call, for Ken Grisham, her husband, for celebrating with us. and certainly KRISTEN Doyle White for participating on the call with us today. I also want to thank my beautiful co-host, Carole Roberts, all of you to the brand partners that have supported the call tonight. Thank you so very much for that. And I want to also thank all the guests who have come along tonight as well. So thank you, everybody, so very, very much. Kristen, you've been here well past your bedtime. Thank you so much, Dr. Ken, or Dr. Karen and Ken. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. We'll open it up. I'm going to close the recording. We'll open it up for about 10 minutes for questions.